power to push this agenda as hard as he can. Well, I'm here today to tell you that you don't have to take this BS lying down. I'm going to tell you the story of how I found the secret to slashing my electric and heating bills while my home stays warm, cozy, and comfortable. And best of all, my family is 100% protected from power outages, blackouts, storms, and domestic emergencies. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, stay with me for the next few minutes, and I'll do more than just tell you my story. I'll give you the secret for how you can get the exact same peace of mind and slash your power and heating bills, setting your feet on the path to complete energy independence and breaking free of government interference. And don't worry, this is 100% legal and will work for you even if you don't have a lot of money to spend or think you're not all that handy. Before we get started, I need to warn you. I don't know how long I'll be able to leave this video up because it contains a lot of information that the big power companies and their lapdogs to government regulators don't want you to know. Thanks to this video being featured on places like Glenn Beck, FoxNews.com, and Personal Liberty, true patriots everywhere are starting to wake up and realize they can take back control. In fact, I've been told that this video has recently been banned by Google. So please stop whatever else you're doing and focus on this short presentation. You'll be glad you did. My story is probably going to sound very familiar to you. I used to live up in the Northeast where power is notoriously expensive and unreliable. I used to flinch every time the electric bill came or the heat and oil truck pulled up to my house. It was like watching the cash being sucked right out of my pocket right in front of my eyes. Our rates just kept climbing, and there was nothing we could do about it. We had no choice about which power company to use, and as for the oil companies, they could charge whatever the heck they wanted. I had no control. And if we weren't dealing with rolling blackouts during the hot summer peak days, it was down power lines after even the mildest storm. And in the middle of the winter storm season, forget it. I still remember the sick feeling in my stomach when I'd listen to the weather forecast and see a storm headed our way. I knew that power was pretty much guaranteed to go out. The only questions were, how long would it be out this time? And how much of our carefully prepared and expensive frozen food would have to get thrown out? How long would my family be without heat? Would our pipes freeze and burst? And did I mention we had a well with an electric pump? So no power meant no water. Quite frankly, I just wanted to pull my hair out. When my little girl begged me to turn on the lights, Daddy, or make the house warmer, it made me sick to tell her there was nothing I could do to fix it. Talk about feeling helpless. This happened so often that I started to get really worried. If they couldn't keep the power on during a simple storm, what chance did we have if things really got bad? You and I both know this country's headed in a pretty scary direction. It seems like the government has pretty much decided to abandon the Constitution. And in case you haven't noticed, the U.S. is on pretty shaky financial footing. Our government isn't ready to handle the situations that are coming our way. They're not ready to handle much of anything. Ask anyone who lived through Hurricane Katrina. Ask anyone who lived through Hurricane Sandy. They're way too busy regulating every aspect of our lives and figuring out how to squeeze more taxes out of every single American.